you have a platform, what are you gonna do with it? Anyone can be in this industry. So if you have just say an interest to see if this could fit, the answer is gonna be yes. But it's always gonna also come down to how much work are you willing to put in? Because I'm not an overnight success, Sean Terry's not an overnight success, Brian's not an overnight success, which I know them all. Sean and I are business partners. But you guys are also have to realize this is something that you guys gotta commit to. So if you have an interest in it, the reason why I see people fail or not achieve anything or quit is simply because they didn't realize the front end of this. There's a lot of work to this business. We might make it look pretty cool and you might see some things that you're like, oh dude, I wanna do this and we can make this much money and I can make 20 grand a month and that's awesome. But there's a lot of that effort that goes through that. There's a lot of disappointment that goes through that. There's a lot of sellers not meeting you at the home when you show up and it ruins your whole day because you had to drive all the way over to Glendale, or maybe you live in Glendale and you have to drive to, Gilbert, right? And you're like, Jesus, and they didn't even call me, right? So there's all that part that comes into this, and I think it's really important for me to impress upon you, it's not about the tactical. The tactical, again, what I will show you is relatively easy. There's some strategy to it. You do have to look at certain lists. You do have to put some strategy behind it, but it's pretty much a brute force industry. So I think I want to just preface that because I think a lot of people get the misconception that it's easy, and it is easy. Well, I should say this, it's simple, it's not easy, right? And so if you're gonna get into this industry, if you want to, or you have the goal to fire your boss and be your own business owner, or if you have the goal to, do this to make 10 grand a month, right? I have a client that I'm working with currently, his main goal is to make 10 grand a month. Now that helps free his time up and there's a whole personal side to that. But you're gonna ultimately have to figure out, it's not for the money, because everyone in here could go make some money, right? It's about creating something that you want, but that's gonna take a lot of your effort, and it's gonna take a lot of pain, it's gonna take a lot of frustration. And lastly, I'll say this, to really get a consistency in the wholesaling business, it takes about 6 months, almost to the exact date. So for those of you who are in here possibly getting a couple deals here or there, to get any level of consistency, to drive leads, to get a certain level of 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 deals every single month that you for the most part can count on, you're gonna have to push for 6 months. And that 6 months is a push. That's the 6 months I'm trying to help you guys with kind of mentally right now, to say, if you three wanna get in this industry right now, you're gonna drive for 6 months and you might not see the rewards you're wanting. And that's why people quit, and that's why people, oh, Justin, fuck, whatever he's saying, that shit doesn't work, and this direct mail doesn't work anymore, Phoenix too difficult, and this, that, and the other, and they're gonna point and blame for whatever reason. But I still do direct mail, I'm still cold calling, we're still doing roughly 10 deals a month. It's a matter of actually putting forth the effort to get what you want. Is that pretty clear? I just wanted to baseline that because this is not gonna be some sort of rocket science thing that you guys are like, holy shit, that's how you're successful? That's the funniest part.